All right, guys. So I have cleaned her up and shifted her around. I did a few things. I had to basically delete half of her, reset the half. I also cleaned up the UVs and opened the mouth open a little bit to make sure that all worked, and set the UVs and everything up straight up. So I'm going to take it straight from the fit skeleton. Here we go. I've got the fit skeleton exactly the way I did it the other day, so it's straight up the same. And I'm going to build it, and boom. And remember, once this thing's done building, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bind it, and I'm going to do some basic paint weighting on the head. All right, so that's my build complete. To Emma's question about this control, like, that control and what you do with it. And generally, if you want to manipulate controls or change the controls around, like once you have it, if you go down over here, there's a control curves button. So that's underneath the build section. So it's actually not even underneath the build section. It's all the way down underneath the body. So if you open up body, and it's all the way down, you'll see control curves. What's cool about this is, check it out. If I want to change this curve, right? So I'm gonna hide the hair. Hold on. By hair. Hide. Okay. I want to manipulate this curve. I'm going to turn off joints and geo. I'm going to grab all of those. And remember, I'm just rotating the vertices. I'm placing it where I want the control to be, not where I want the pivot to be. Right? Like, so I can control it. Yeah, okay, I'm cool with that. And you're like, oh man, I gotta do the other one? No, you don't. If you select this, see the pivot stayed the same? If I select that, and I go right to left, bang. If I want to change its color, you select it, pick the color, set color. Right? Okay? And you do the same thing with these. The other one is if you take the scale and you go, oh, 0.75, and you go, oh, I want to make it a little smaller. Again, right to left, and it'll do it, which is really useful. All right? Okay, so that's just a basic control thing. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select everything. I also split the corneas up, by the way, just to make it a little easier. I'm going to grab them all, select my deform joints, and I'm not going to go crazy on this. Voxel, dual quantum area, apply close. I'm not going to worry too much about the eyes. I mean, I suppose I can, let me unskin these. I'll do it. I'll do it the right way. Dun, dun, dun. Unbind. All right, and then we go into the deformation system. Open up the head. Right eye. I'll grab the right cornea and the right eye. Right eye. Skin, bind skin. Selected joints is fine. Closest distance is fine. Classic linear is fine. Go. Then I will grab the left joint, and I will grab the left eye and the left cornea, and I will skin to it. That way, at least, those eyes will kind of do the thing. Top teeth, bottom teeth, tongue, right brow, eyelash. I don't know why I just did this to begin with. Dun dun dun. Okay, I will unbind those, and then I will rebind those all to the head. And then the stupid hair. You know what? I'm going to unbind the whole thing. Alright, redo the skin. So, because I don't want all of the hair joints. So, select the form joints, and we get rid of these. Notice though, even though I'm go back to skin, I go back to line skin, back, apply close. Okay. Then I will grab said hair, and I will unbind it because I did actually bind it. And I want to bind it to head, hair, 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 bangs, 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 bangs. Unbind. Nope, skin bind, sorry. And I do not want geodesic voxel. I'll close. And I actually want to check to see if I accidentally did in fact include, I did include hair. So I'm going to unbind it again because I'm a dork. I'm going to select the form joints. I'm going to uncheck the hair and the bang. I forgot those. Okay. Skin, bind skin. And she get to see me do it 3 or 4 times. When I close. And if I want to check it, just to be sure, I can come down to the motion system. Not the motion system, sorry. Tools, where are you at? Tools, walk designer, try it. Should still work. All right, cool. So it all works great, sexy, awesome. Walk designer, cancel close, go to build pose. So I get back my IK. All right. At this point, I would save because I'm about to go into the face. So now I will hide the hair, and I'm going to do a quick paint weight on this head. And I want to make sure that I select all these joints. I'm going to lock them. And then I'm going to grab the neck. So the chest, neck, head, right? Unfreeze them all. And I'm going to look at the chest. And usually with the chest, what I do here before I go to color, and I hate this like display when you have it selected. So you can turn off show wireframe, which is helpful. It's not all fat and funky looking. You can also turn off anti-alias. Sometimes that makes it easier to see. I'm going to get rid of wireframe. All right. So now clearly I've got issues here. Well, I want to do this all in one fell swoop. So this is, I'm going to show you that method where the flood for the head. So I'm going to grab the head, I'm going to put the value at 1, all right? I'm going to put it on replace, and I'm going to flood, all right? And now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint out black. And I'm going to use the crisp brush instead of the fuzzy brush. And you will probably have to hit this multiple times. Also, it might make it easier if on the stroke, actually I might be able to do it here. Let me try it with this. No, it's still not. Oh, it is working. Cool, the symmetry is working. Awesome. Alright, I'm going to reduce this sucker. I'm going to go to a softer brush. Keep in mind this is the head that I'm painting weights on. And it does not look like it is doing symmetry while I'm painting. Where are you? I thought there was a symmetry. I'm missing it somewhere. Ah! Alright. Well, I'll get it close. It's not the end of the world if I don't get it close. Hold down. Again, I am painting on the head. So if I go to the neck, you'll see this, right? So now if I wanted, I'd come in and just kind of clean this up. Go to smooth. You know, so I might need to like really, this is where the NG Skin Tool stuff comes in handy. Only reason I'm even doing this now is so that when I go to bind this sucker later, or do the face, paint the weights on the or set the weights on the face when it does the automatic build, it will it'll make the jaw won't be stupid. So head, chest. So chest definitely shouldn't have that much. So like control. And now part of the reason that's probably happening, right, is because I'm smoothing and the chest is still available. So I'm going to close the head, and I'm going to go to replace, negative, and I'm going to basically paint out where I think the chest should have any influence. A little bit here, I want a little bit here, but not much. Alright, I'll turn this back on so it looks like. Alright. Neck. Alright, turn off the chest, turn the head on. I'm going to start blurring it in a little bit. A little bit of smoothy smooth. Good enough for what I need it for. Alright, because I'll do final weight paints later. And then just to make sure that it's doing what I want it to do, I will check. Close enough. Alright, go to build pose. Okay, now comes the fun part with the face. So I'm going to select the mesh, turn on wireframe, and I select the mesh. And I'm going to need my side view because I'm going to do my mask first. So I'm going to go down to the face, close that build, move down to, actually it's in build, that's the form, control curves, face. There we go. Go to the pre, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do the mask. So I got to go to face, grab marquee select, which I always find the easiest way to do it. And it looks like the way she's been going lately. Zoom in on that. Oh wow, I got it almost perfect. There we go. That feels pretty good. Maybe I can use... No, I don't think so. I think that's good right there. All right. Happy with that. Mask. A little variation here and there is not going to be a huge deal. You get a little bit more on the throat. You could come a little bit into the ear if you wanted. It's not going to break it. All right. So then I grab the object for the head, this is the head, or the skin, and I'm going to put it on face. And I'm going to grab everything that's on the head. That includes the stupid hair. So, done, which ironically, it's pretty much everything but the underwear, all head. Then I'm going to grab the right eye, tap it, and I'm going to grab the left eye, tap it. I'm going to grab the top teeth, I'm going to grab the bottom teeth, I'm going to grab the tongue, I'm going to grab the eyebrows, I'm going to grab the eyelashes, and then I'm going to grab the corneas. And then if you really wanted, you could run the model check. This is what it'll give you. And it looks like model symmetrical. All right, awesome. So I then make sure it's joints, include complete, and I'm going to do game engine, and then I'm going to go to fit. All right, now I don't have my eyeballs visible, so there they are. I'm going to go eyeball. Yes. And again, as long as it's close, which is what it looks like it is, I'm good. So then I'm going to select the skin again, and I'm going to go back into this mode. And just like you watched me do the other day, I'm going to start doing loops. So grab a loop, outer, takes a minute, and I'm going to grab the main, come on. And I'm going to grab the inner. And it should build a mesh. Link. All right, and we're going to do lips, which is where we had problems before. So grab that edge all the way around. And we'll be like, yep, I like that. Lip outer. And I sort of almost feel like I should go one above outside, but we'll try this one. I had it working earlier today. And so I'm going to try the main, which I want it to be the right there. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to go inside. And you can grab this one or this one, and I think it'll be fine. I feel like this is going to give me more range movement on the lip, so I'm going to grab that one. Lip inner, and you're going to get another mesh. Big red lips. All right. Okay, and now we're going to do the eyebrow inner, so we want to go to the eyebrows. This is a vertex selection. I'm going to turn off which is right. Vertex, which is right there. I always check to make sure I've actually grabbed the surface, and I say eyebrow inner. That was special. Oh, I have symmetry on. You don't want symmetry on when you do that. Gotta remember to turn that off. center. Mid. Okay. Then I'm going to run the forehead, so now I'm going to turn the hair off. And I'm going to come all the way down to here. And then I know I'm going to come all the way up to there. Hide the curves. And then I'm going to come all the way down to there. No, that's too low. There. And we're going to hit forehead. Bang. Again, remember I told you you might get little things? That's okay. All right, jaw pivot. Sometimes you're going to see this. That means it's over top of a joint. There's a joint right that I accidentally right-clicked. I'm going to put the pivot here. Jaw corner here. You'd think I'd done this one enough that I would be able to do this in my sleep. Jaw, yes. Throat, yes. Cheek, there. Wrong side, see? Gotta make sure you pick right. So we think right down this way. It's probably actually that one. Okay, cheekbone, cheek razor, right by the pupil. Smile bulge. I did it again. No, no. Make my life hard. All right, I'm actually going to go further back because I'm looking at this line right here. So if you think about where the crease line would be from the nose, it's either going to be this loop or this loop, not this loop. It's going to be one more out. So I think I'm going to grab this one, and I'm going to go right here. And then I'm going to go down and look at the same general distance. Grab that one. Frown bulge. And go to the nose. Yep. And nose under. And do the nose corner. And I'm going to do optional nose. I'm going to put the nostril control. Actually, I'm going to try putting it right. I'm going to put it right. I'm going to put it right there and see what I can do with it. Or maybe not. Maybe there. Just figure you want to inflate it or pull it out. I'm going to put it there. All right. And I'm going to do the tongue. Wham. Oh. All right. And then I'm going to move my controls back. Deselect surface, grab control, slide it back, give it a little height, slide it back, give it a little height, slide it back. Is there another one? There is. Level it out a little bit. I'm stuck in Unreal. Want this last one to be sort of like when you think about where the tongue is, tip of the tongue, like right around the tip of the tongue. All right, and pupil, for that I gotta actually select the eyeball. So right eye, isolate, edge, inner loop, grab it, pupil, edge, outer one, nope, outer one, iris, And I'm not going to do these. I'm going to go to build and return back. And I'm going to now save. File, save scene as. This will be phase 5. All right. And here goes the crazy build. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Build face. Cross your fingers. I hid the control curves, unfortunately, so you can't see them. This is the part where it becomes where it's starting to do the face and jaw opening, and that if you hadn't paint weighted it ahead of time, the body, you'll have problems. So that's where it does the kind of auto blending or smoothing. Hey, there's the rig. Yay. So see this right here? The idea that the hair doesn't move with the hairline. This might be the thing where you would want to try to potentially, and you guys can try this, when you go all the way back up here and it tells you, hey, what's part of the face? You could try including the hair, but I don't know what would happen. Might do something weird. Generally speaking, I would rig the hair so that I would be able to move the hair up and down to follow the expression if I did that manually. Unfortunately, I mean, normally you would want something like that to auto follow, but you know, what have you. What's cool about the face, so you see how the cornea is drifting? Alright, so like, let me turn the mesh back on. There's the cornea, right? Versus the eyeball itself. So this is where go to build pose, goes to build pose. See, there's another go to build pose down here for face. This is where what I do with this with the corneas is essentially when if you're gonna paint wing a cornea, um, right? So you see how it's all the lids are associated with the cornea, which is really weird, right? What I want it associated with is the eyeball. So if I select the eyeball and I go paint weight scans, you'll see it says eye joint, iris joint, pupil joint. What you wanna bind it to is the head MR joint. So essentially what I would do is select the cornea, unbind it, and then rebind it to the eye right joint. That way you don't have to worry about it. So essentially like this. So I'm gonna grab this, I'm gonna go skin, I'm gonna go unbind skin, and then I'm gonna find the, like, oh, where's the eye joint? Where is it? Oh. Okay, so he's got this thing where you go down here and you say, oh, where is the, I want to, let's display, where are you at? There it is, hide, show. You see all those little dots? Those are all the little dots. See this face group? Here's the face deformation system. So all these little joints that are underneath here, see them? That's how it's driving the face, right? He's using joints. So what I've got to do is I actually have to come in here and see these joints. So you just select it under the face group and you have Shift H, right? It won't open up because it's locked. However, head, where are you? It's facial motions. Where are you? Eye joint. Oh, face joint. Sorry, it's right there. So you don't have to go down underneath the other one. But that's what this stuff is. So there you go. So collapse that. It was under the face joint. I'm looking for eye joint right. There it is. I select the cornea, make sure that's what I did. Skin, bind skin, check my options, don't need geodesic voxel. Alright, and burn. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the left cornea. Skin, unbind. And I'm going to select the left eye joint, and I'm going to do the same thing, apply. And now, if I were to move the eyes, what you're going to see is the cornea is going to follow right along with it. Okay, and he's got all kinds of controls on here, right? And you're like, I don't like the fact that it's over top of the hair. Well, if you grab this and you grab these, you can move them wherever you want, and it'll stay there. And it'll stay there in relation to the head rotation. Also notice now I'm not getting the explosion of the jaw that I was getting before because I painted the weights on that. So here, Lauren, are all your phonemes. So if I just want, let me hide all the joints. You know, you've got, and you can combine these, which is kind of nice. You know, you're always going to get, a lot of times the teeth aren't going to move. And so what's cool is over here, you can select just the teeth itself. Or I think, no, that's the tongue, I'm sorry. This is the teeth. And you can slide them back, slide them around, move them left or right, move them up and down, key them. So that's very helpful. Again, once you get it, just go back to build pose and it'll do that. This, you know, you got a lot of Captain Rubber face. This is your, and so these are just set, basically using set driven key to get these. What's kind of nice is these are multipliers. So I can individually come over, right? I'm like, all right. Again, go to gold pose. Nostril. And you think about what that control looks like. And is that right where I want it to be? You know, compared if I'm trying to get her to flare her nostril. I don't know if that's, you know, the best possible placement for that sucker. Or maybe I need to paint the weight on this joint a little bit more so that it spreads out, you know, to get the shape right. These are nuts in terms of like how much control you have actually over the eye. You have a lot of control over what you do with the eye and the shapes there. I've often found the cheek always needs a little bit of weight paint. Like it never looks quite round enough. It's too square to get that kind of puffy approach. And I believe I got the jaw in the right place, which is kind of cool. So that works. One of the things, where is it? So you can move, this selects everything on the mouth, right? So if you wanted to like simulate like sliding the lips up and down or pulling it, but not actually moving the jaw, that's cool. Same thing with the nose. Just grab everything in the nose. You can see like where the weight paint starts and stops. Cheek riser. This one also could use a little more weight painting. Not sure what those are. What are those? Oh, those got thrown out. Oh, because of the hair. The hair must have been in the way when it did them. That's funny. When it projected those curves, so you probably have to reset those. Yeah, and so then this has some like general default expressions, you know, that he just puts on here so you can test it. Which, you know. You know, but I don't always, you know, you totally push it. And you know, it's like, so you see there's a gap there, right? So it's like you can move it around. You can't really close that off. So this is like thinking about how are the teeth wide enough, right? And or can you push it back, pull it forward? You know, what can you do with it? That's the frown line. Can you grab the red and take it back? In which case you can actually kind of get a dimple in the face if you're so inclined, right? Anyway, so, and then these will just select the entire, like the eye by itself versus the eye region. So it'll grab every, you know, the eye without the eye, if you want to slide the whole thing up and down and around. Yeah, so that's the face rig. There are options on the box where you can turn off things like, I don't want to see the teeth controls. Okay. Or I want to change ABC controls. I only want A-level controls. So I can come over here and then go off, right? Or I can turn them all off and all I got is the stuff on the side. So you definitely have a lot more control. The eye, this is the eye aim, which is kind of nice. And you can do individual. And then with that, you can then move it offset, so if you have to give them a lazy eye type of thing or whatever, you can totally jack that. Again, going back to build pose puts everything back to normal. All right, well, hopefully that was helpful. Yeah, let me know what you guys think.